What's going on, everybody? Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman. Let me know how I sound. I know I sounded good on my morning video, but that wasn't using my streaming software. So hopefully everything is good. I got a lot of work done outside like I thought. Thanks, Brad. I called you a little while ago, buddy. I hadn't heard from you. I was worried about you. I know I missed your exit the other day in the live stream, man. He said, bye, everybody. Sometimes, Brad, sometimes I can't see everything. If you only saw, man, this is for you, buddy. Look, don't go anywhere. That's for you, buddy. That's all you, man. That's all you. So, I called you a little while ago, Brad. So I wasn't calling you to tell you to come on here. I was just calling you. All right, I'll check it out, Brad. Just want to make sure. All right, listen, you know how it goes. I just want everybody to know. Don't worry about all the BS, man. It's just let it roll off your chest, right? Life's too short to get too wound up over that shit. Everybody's gonna have an opinion, man. Man, come on, man. I take care of you. Dude, your sense of humor is hysterical. So I wouldn't mind breaking bread. But anyway, I digress. We have a lot to talk about, everybody. Let me see if Brad did text me or did he text somebody else. All right, I got you. I'll get to you after. So welcome. Let me get to the chat before we get into this lovely. How do I sound, people? I'm going to turn it up. I'll turn it even higher. How's that? All right, let's go. We got Ruben Walls. We got Coyote, Mike Galdana, Philly D. What up, Philly D? How are you, man? It's kind of a dreary day. We got Isaac Ramirez. We got Alina. How are you, Alina? Brad Harris is in the house. Lady Libra. Asman, my guy. So over it. Hamid, what's up, my man? How are you? Lady Libra, I just said. Linda Conyers. Welcome, Linda. EJB, what's up? I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope the stream sounds okay. I had my producer, a.k.a. my friend, come over and help me out. It's good to have somebody who can read and watch something and retain it all. I have a problem with that, man. If I read directions, putting something together, I don't always retain everything. I don't know what it is, but I got it like a slight issue. What's up, Howard? How are you, my man? We should build a Pink's next to Gino's. Yo, are you live in Philly, man? Are you a Philly guy? I thought you were Arizona. I don't know. I get confused, but dude, I think Pink's might put Gino's out of business. Come on now. Anybody that knows anything about Philly steaks, you want to stay away from that area. That's the touristy area of steaks. What's up, JoJo? Alina, it was a sad day today for our family. We put a cousin to rest. He committed suicide last week. I am so sorry to hear that, Alina. This is just another example, though, and I've been through a lot lately. It's just another example of we gotta let things roll off our back as much as we can. We're gonna deal with a lot of crap. The last thing we need to do, thanks, man, appreciate it. I'm still working through some things, Howard. The last thing we need to do is let a sports get in the way because somebody may disagree. I have a lot of Philly fans. Once the season's over, you'll see me wear a lot of my Sixers shit. I'm a big Sixers fan. It is what it is. I actually contemplated on switching the background and just talking through maybe doing live streams during the basketball game, but I don't know that I'll get a lot of people. I kind of like to stick to my bread and butter, but I know you are, Hamid. I know you are. But I wanted to play something for you guys. I hope that you like it. Just listen to this. It's a couple minutes, but I do you are going to have my reaction on there. You'll see me. So I don't know that we could talk. I don't know if I figured that part out yet, but I want you to see this. Let me switch. This is where our organization has gone. I mentioned Jeff Kavanagh the other day. Just listen to this, and then let me fix this. It'd be good if I had that on. Just listen to this, and then we'll comment after, okay?
The other thing that I wanted to get to today is why the Cowboys are doomed, and it was really sad to hear. I don't know how many of you are subscribed to The Athletic, but the About Them Cowboys podcast, it's my buddy Kevin Turner, it's my buddy John Machota, and it's my buddy Kent Garrison. All good dudes, all good Cowboy men. And I saw somebody clipped the audio from it, and I just listened to like a minute and a half. And Kent used to work for the Cowboys when I would do the draft show or any other podcast that was on DallasCowboys.com. Kent was like behind the scenes man, producer man, audio man, can do all the things man, smart person who can do stuff that I don't know how to do it. And he was talking about how, every NFL draft we get the secret audio of the phone call they make to a player when they sign them or when they draft them. And it's always really fun. It's always really cool. And he was mentioning so the phone lines are wired like that. And it's interesting because you can hear and see what happens during drafats.
This is ridiculous,
we're
people.
Not the ones running that equipment.
Let me know if you can hear me,
some
too.
People can. And he just told a story that he thought was entertaining about like the Lions called the Cowboys during a draft. And he didn't say a player name, but he was like, kind of well-known name that they were like talking about maybe a trade. And that Stephen Jones was the guy who answered the phone. And he was like, who? And he's like, oh, okay, I'll call you back. And then I'll think about it. And doesn't ever go to anybody in the room to be like, oh yeah, this is who called and this is a player they were calling about. So it was an NFL team that called a team's war room, which in most scenarios, that means that you end up talking to the decision maker on the other team, right? The guy who knows the players in the NFL and the guys who are going to get drafted, they know all the things. But in the Cowboys, it's Jerry's kid that answers, who knows he knows the paperwork on how the NFL salary cap works. And that's who you get. And so that conversation doesn't get passed on to Will McClay, to your pro personnel, to your draft personnel, to anybody. Well, a fidget spinner's that cheap that I already broke it? And then the Lions call back like 5 minutes later, like, have you thought about it? And he's like, we're good. We're doomed. The people who know all of the players in the league are not the people who answer the phone. And sometimes the people who answer the phone apparently don't even then pass on the information about players you could acquire.
It's
to
crazy.
People who might actually know who the players are. Man. Oh, man. That was one of the saddest stories I've ever heard. Will McClay should be answering the phone. And if somebody else answers the phone and it has to do with player acquisition, please pass on the message to the people who are familiar with the football players so that you know if you're passing up on something that could help your football team. That was embarrassing. Like, I was embarrassed. And I'm not part of the team, but I was embarrassed hearing that story. Boy, they love their own.
Okay. So, the moral of the story is, why in the heck? And that's, if anybody doesn't know, that's Jeff Kavanagh. Used to be on 105.3 The Fan. Now he's on The Freak. It's another radio station in Dallas. He does a spot with Jesse Holley, ex-Cowboy receiver. He's good friends with Brian Burrow. Yada yada. Basically, what happened is, he told you last year during the draft they got a phone call from Detroit about a veteran player. Who the hell knows who it was? It's not really the point, right? The point is, the people that were like Kent. He used to be a producer on the show, and he worked for the Cowboys. He was the guy that hooks up the calls from team to team during the draft. Stephen Jones never brought the information to anybody, to the football guys, saying, hey, they're offering so-and-so. For all we know, it could have been a defensive lineman, an offensive lineman. It could have been anybody, a cornerback. Yeah, maybe it was the corner that they traded to another team that we could have possibly used. Jeff Okudah. I don't know. But Stephen Jones says nothing to nobody. And then, they call back and go, well, did you think about it? Yeah, we're not interested. Probably because Stephen looked at his bottom line and saw he was making a nice amount of money and didn't want any issues. Any issues, with that. So, listen, we got a long way to go. If you guys didn't see it, I'm not going to play that one. If you didn't see Jerry Jones, the press conference from the Senior Bowl yesterday, if you didn't see that, you should check it out because it was absolutely ridiculous. As a matter of fact, Mike Fisher did a video. I noticed after I posted my video, I was watching the end of his video, and he brought the same. His whole topic was basically my video this morning. Basically, Jerry Jones is coming out and saying that, he was asked a question. Hey, listen, just because you're asked a question, everybody, does not mean that you have to answer it at Jerry Jones. I guess they asked him about Bill Belichick. He goes, yeah, I could easily see us working with Bill Belichick. Like, he's trying to flex. It's like, dude, you have a coach on the last year of his deal, as well as the quarterback that you have on the last year of your deal. You can sit there and try and couch it all you want. We're not going to let you slide. We keep hearing that they're going to go all in, and that's what we're hearing. All my Philly people, he keeps saying we're going all in. But the problem is that doesn't mean re-signing your own. That doesn't mean re-signing. That's to be expected. Like your top three, that's to be expected. Anybody else, we're talking about adding to the team over and above the draft. So, and Jeff Kavanagh, check him out on we'll have to raid him one day when he's live. It's pretty funny. I've talked to him a couple times. He knows his stuff. He's a little opinionated, but as are we all, Dumpster fire. You're the dumpster fire, Matthew. Come on now. You're the dumpster fire. We're both dumpster fires. We're just happen to be the dumpster fire that won 12 games and won a division. You're the dumpster fire that fell apart at the end of the year. So I don't know. Cheers. But anyway, just tired of the organization. Me and Mark vowed to continually to put up, to make videos talking about it. We're going to do a lot of stuff together. Mark comes back tomorrow from his honeymoon part due. Him and Tracy. Shout out to their 20 years. Congrats, Mark. I know it was on Sunday, but I did do a video. And but real quick, Matthew Claypool, check out a Pro Football Talk. Everybody likes to think I pull this shit out of my hindside. Eagles are very, very, they had communication, and he is on their radar. Bill Belichick is on the Eagles' radar, so it'll be interesting to see how both of these seasons go along. Matthew, check the article out, buddy. Bill Belichick, Eagles are linked up. Howie reached out to him. If it goes bad again with Dracula, Nick Sirianni, and if you forget what he looks like, here we go. Check that out. Notice the darkness above the eyes. He's about ready to bite right there. So there he is. But anyway, they're all in on him. If Sirianni has an issue or they start out slow, I'll get another one, Brad. Like I said, I lost all those type of clips. So don't worry, I'll get it back. I do have a couple new things here. Here you go.
That shot right there hurt him, but you can see that Jerry Jones got jacked up.
I found it. Jerry Jones got jacked up. I love it. And then we have this one.
Gleam, men. There's a gleam. Let's get the gleam, all right? Let's go.
Old Marty Schottenheimer. There's a gleam, man. There's a gleam. All right, I'll get to the chat and then we'll roll right down. I just thought it was funny that Bill Belichick is high on the Eagles and the Cowboys. And both of their coaches are skating on thin ice. If they don't get out to a good start, Sirianni's a goner, as well as Mike McCarthy. So, all right, let me go back, see if I can find anything good here. Well, I'll welcome anybody new. We got Vinny Hagan in the house. What up, Vinny? Linda, we know. Asman with the Rosie O'Donnell. What up? What up? We ain't no dumpster fire, Matthew. Come on now. Hot Boy 95. There you go. What's up, my man? Nike 3, welcome, welcome. It's all on Jerry, exactly. Short Dog, how are you? So the Commanders don't have any other option for head coach. We're going to talk about that because who the hell else is left? I know who's left. Matter of fact, that's what we'll talk about first. Ronda, how are you, Ronda? Pioneer, what's up? What's up? Devil Dog 71, Logan Motorsports. Let's spare none. Welcome, welcome. Play Dak till his contract expires and figure out what to do. The problem is if we do that, we're not going to be able to create as much room as we would need to sign anybody else. That's the problem. Tommy Montoya was, let me get to my drop here.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? Dracula's in the house, Thomas. Talk to Sully. Quinn didn't get Seahawks. Yeah, I know. That was crazy, right? Let's see here. Yeah. And Kellen Moore, yeah. All of a sudden, Eagles love them some Kellen Moore. He's not horrible. He's not horrible. But, you know, we've been there. It's a nice day for a fresh Rosie O'Donnell, moist bun and all. Yeah, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I can go for a glizzy. Mike is predicting Super Bowls. Here we go. He's back on his pod. Dallas going to roll with Lance and Cooper. LOL. Yeah, that's not happening. All right, let's talk about the Commanders real quick since it's on my mind, and then we'll get to everything else. According to Adam Schefter, some people view Johnson as your presumptive favorite. That's Brian Johnson, I guess. That would be the coordinator for Detroit. Here, let me see if I can switch. Here, let me switch it. Let me switch. I ain't switching. I can't switch it. But anyway, he's staying with Detroit. So that's leaving Washington really thin. John Keim reported, ESPN noted that the Commanders had interviewed Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator Mike Macdonald. He's the guy that just signed a 6-year. Mike Macdonald just signed a 6-year a contract with the Seattle Seahawks. So Mike Macdonald is gone. They didn't want any part of Dan Quinn. Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn and Dallas defensive coordinator Dan Quinn. And as of earlier this afternoon, the third guy is now off the market. Bobby Slowick, offensive coordinator to the Texans, is staying with the Texans. Shout out to Eastside Herald. You get to keep your O coordinator. So the Commanders' job is down to 2 guys that were out of everybody that they interviewed. And I think Dan Quinn is going to get squeezed out. I think they give the job to Aaron Glenn. I really do. I think they give the job to Aaron Glenn. I don't know why. I just think that's what they do. But if we lose him, or Dan Quinn could say maybe he wanted the Seattle job and he was using the Commanders as leverage. We don't know that, but I think there's a good job. I think there's a good job that there's a good chance that Dan Quinn is back, if for the good or for the bad. Dan Quinn is a good coach. He's just a little stubborn. So stay tuned for that. I think these are going to. And offensive line coach Anthony Weaver of the Lions. So you got Anthony Weaver, Aaron Glenn, and Dan Quinn. If I'm them, I'm going Dan Quinn only because you would get. No, they've already drained Dan Quinn of his knowledge of as much as they wanted. That's what you do. You drain their knowledge and get some insider tips for the team, especially a team in our division. So should be interesting to see what's going to happen in Washington. Supposedly, the Washington Commanders were taking it away. They were taken aback by how much that the Brian Johnson wanted. Brian Johnson was asking for $15 million a year to coach the Washington Commanders. That's the offensive coordinator for Detroit who turned them down. Think about that, Rhonda. These coaches are making $15 million. I just looked it up. You know how much Jim Harbaugh is getting paid by the Chargers this year? $16 million per year. He signed an $80 million contract. 16 mil a year for Jim Harbaugh. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's crazy. But Brian Johnson, a first-time head coach, wanted 15 mil? That's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Ugh. Nuts. So, let's get to some of the chat. What else, Sugar Daddy? I've always said that the only job Quinn wanted was Seattle. Yeah, I don't know that he's going to take Washington. I really don't. Everybody's so worried. I'm not worried. Talk to Sully. Quinn will respect Jerry and not go to rival Redskins. Yeah, I'm glad you call them Redskins because that's what I call them. J.R. Star. Good afternoon, mailman. Thanks, J.R. I appreciate you, bro. Tommy Montoya, please. I don't want Dan Quinn back. Our defense will refund. I'll get ruined on another year. Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm okay either way. Mike McDonald, way better than Dan Quinn. Not even close. Seattle was smart. Nobody wants to coach the Commodores. Marvin, he was a friend of mine. Oh, sorry. Why work on the swamp of politicians? Yeah, right. I got you. You mean Washington? I got you. Let's see here. Yeah, Rhonda says, yeah, Dan is going to be with the Cowboys, even though I don't think I care. Yeah, I'm the same way. What's up, Tommy Montoya? Jerry Jones is the biggest liar. Yes, he is, man. I know Rhonda. Rhonda caught me singing again. Yeah, come on. That's the Commodores, right, Rhonda? Gonna hear some sweet sounds. Oh, game time. Love it, right? Come on now. I got a little, I gotta watch what I say. I got a little soul in me. Will I be seeing you at the draft? Matthew Claypool, you're going to the draft? Me and Mark and Primetime Phil will be there. Primetime is flying in. I will be at Mark's on Wednesday, and we're heading up. We will be at the draft. Wednesday night late, we'll be there. We're staying right downtown, too, man. It's expensive. Crystal, I'm not trying to, I know Rhonda, I got to throw it out there. Yeah, I know. I'm a weird white guy. I like all the old school, I remember as a kid, my mother, she would always listen to the Quiet Storm on the local radio station. So, should the Cowboys defense change to a 3-4? Atlanta, That's funny you brought it up. You probably saw my video from the other day. I kind of like. I kind of like Micah playing a 3-4. So if Micah's going to be on our team, why not run a 3-4? I think he's kind of in between everything. If Dan Quinn's back, we're not running a 3-4. We're going to still play this game. Okay, we're going to have him play edge where he's going to get pressure, but he's not going to be a factor in the run game because he doesn't play the run very well. Nothing against Micah. And linebacker, you really have to study and play that all by itself to be good at it. So I don't know, man. He can get better. Vinny, slow down. The Quiet Storm. No, that's Groove's right. Oh, you know what I'm talking about, right? The Quiet Storm. You know that. I've had plans made for a month. I invited you to the Airbnb. Oh, right. I didn't know you were going. No. You said we could use it. Oh, you were going to be there. Oh shit, Mark. It's definitely a check-in, but you don't check out situation. You said there's a room, but or a house. You didn't say you were going to be there, but yeah, come hang out. Me and my son are going. All right, cool. We'll definitely hang out. We got to make a meetup. We'll have to have some kind of communication thing, where, because I know one thing. We're going to find a place to stream probably day 2. Probably a local establishment that's not playing a lot of music, but it's cool. I don't know. We'll have to figure all that out. I don't know where Jerry has to constantly talk about us. Yeah, Howard. Jerry Jones, he talks like he's doing anything. He ain't doing shit. Excuse my language. I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying. But Jerry Jones ain't doing crap. Who does he think he is? You own the team. You ain't making decisions. Your son, Steven Catboy, is. Did you know about that trade last year during the draft? Or maybe you would have been interested? Or he didn't even bring it to your attention. How do you feel about that, Jerry? I'd smack him across the mouth and say, now go to your room. That's just me. All right, Rhonda. Some people get offended, I was born in a house where my mother would, the old Eddie Murphy, skit, where, she'll take off her pump and throw it at you. Jesus Christ, help me, Lord, Jesus Christ, Jesus. That. He always is in the headlines for the wrong reasons. Yeah, man. And then we have to deal with, we have to deal with, what are we doing, Vinny? What are we doing? I have to read your thing. Jerry loves them. Oh, he loves them, Mike. Let's see. Pioneer, absolutely 100% agree, Brian. A 3-4 is the best game for Micah. Yeah, Pioneer, that's the only thing that kind of scary. Micah just want to rush to pass a 3-4 or 4-3. No, that's not the case. I don't think Brian wants to hang out with E-Turds fans at the draft. I have a few friends, Brad. Most of them are cool. Especially since I'm here. It'll be me, Mark, prime time. So I'll hang out with anybody as long as they want to hang out. It's okay, cool. Oh, nice. Brian, using FMLA lunch break because you need this card to survive the USPS. I have FMLA, but I was in a bad accident back in 2009. I had to have reconstructive nose surgery. It all happened at work, so I was out a little bit. I was out right around a year. I had a brain bleed, and then a few years ago, maybe like 8 years ago, I had another brain bleed. So then I'm on a certain type of blood pressure meds to keep it on the lower side, so I don't have any more issues. But yeah, I have FMLA. I could probably take up to 12 months, like 12 days a month if I wanted. But I seldom use it. I only do it when I need it. 71 degrees in, let's see here, Brad. Let's see, yeah. See, this is where we get into name calling, and I don't like that. So come on, man. Don't start with this shit. Not all Eagle fans are the same. Yeah, Howard, just tell them. We got Matthew and Logan. Yeah, they get a little chesty at times, but I like it. I don't care. Philly D's a good guy. Thanks for asking. Linda, I never did like him negotiating players' salaries in the media. Absolutely, Linda. It's not a good look. Disgruntled. I would expect nothing less. We're not going to cut him, but you could trade him if he would agree to go. Yeah, we'll definitely do something. But yeah, I was just like, I was taken back when I saw how many, how much money these guys are making. Jim Harbaugh, 16, a new coach, Aston, 15 a year. Oh, just real quick for my Eagle fans, Brian Johnson is in Tampa Bay interviewing for the offensive coordinator job. I kind of hope he gets it. I think that would be like a cool spot for him. I like the guy. I think Brian Johnson needs to be on a team not coming off a Super Bowl and with those high expectations. I think we all know Tampa played a little bit over their head. But they have potential, and I think that would be a good spot for him. What's up? What's up, Crone Loggins? What's go? Jamie Flores, what's up? He was a Cowboys under the headlines that he wants to. He said if they're talking about the Cowboys, we're doing our job. Yeah, that's all he cares about if we're talking. That's what's wrong with the Cowboys. Yeah, he definitely needs a fresh start, Howard. Let's see. Giants to meet with Saquon at the Combine. So remember my video yesterday? They're going to be in the market for Saquon Barkley, the Eagles. I don't know that they'll get him, just like we're the front runners to be in the market for Stephon Diggs. That's already coming out. It's again, these are articles that I read. Do I think that's going to happen? Hell no. Absolutely not. But, we shall see. Let's see. Another thing I want to talk about, Super Bowl. Do you guys have any idea at all what the average ticket price is this year in Las Vegas to see the Super Bowl? People like me and you are not invited. We shouldn't be invited. I don't want Barkley either, Brad. And we could talk about that too. But it is crazy, but that's what we talk about, The average price, the average Super Bowl ticket price is ridiculously high. It won't be your average fan. Yeah, you'll have some average fans, but for the most part, it's going to be your trust fund babies, your rich people with, it's going to be companies that buy the tickets and send their employees. It's going to be all your yuppies, basically. And I don't have a problem with the yuppie. You have your money. You can do whatever you want with it. God bless you. But the average ticket price is $10,700. Yeah, Tommy Montoya. It's ridiculous. Now, I know, Thomas, it's always been high, but that's crazy. I wish there would be a way that the NFL would raffle off so many thousand tickets. That would be a great reward and say, hey, you can get there. We're giving you the ticket. You got to, and maybe come up with a system where you actually use it and you got to claim it. And I don't know. I just feel like, I don't need to go to the Super Bowl that much. I already know. And I know Thomas has been to a lot of games, so he could probably relate. I know Philly D's probably been to a lot of games. I've been to a lot of games in a lot of different stadiums. I like watching the game at home. Don't get me wrong. I like going for the experience. I like being in the environment and the breaking bread with the other fans. It's cool being there. But let's face it, I think you get a lot more when you're at home. I would like to get to a Super Bowl before I check out, You know, it doesn't have to be a Cowboys because I don't know that I would want to see everything on TV. I don't think I would get everything out of it. I'd be coming home trying to find all the clips and seeing all the pregame stuff. If my team is in a Super Bowl, I enjoy all the pregame. I want to see all the stories on TV. When you go there, you kind of lose a lot of stuff. You know, I don't know that I want to go to a Super Bowl just because the Cowboys are there. I'd rather kind of stay home and watch it. I don't know. It's just kind of how I am. You know, Mark was like, if Dallas goes, we got to go to the Super Bowl. I would have went and I would have tailgated with them, but my ass would have been parked in front of a TV somewhere. I think I would want to enjoy it with my kid and people that I care about and friends that have been here for the whole ride. I'm sure that was that way with the Eagle fans when they won their first Super Bowl, 7 years ago now, 8 years ago? You know, they waited and waited and waited, and finally, it's a special moment. I'm sorry, but anytime you win a Super Bowl, it's special. It just is. You know, it's not easy to get back. It ain't easy to win another one. You know, usually when you get there and win one, you got that taste in your mouth, then it's a little easier to get back there because you know what it takes. But the more time that comes in between appearances, the harder it gets. And we're sitting at going on 29 years. So it's rough, man. It's rough. Howard Dickerson says, at this point, I'd rather watch at home. That's kind of how I am. Go to the bathroom when you want to grab a beer next to you. Less drama, content, games are great. But yeah, that's how I feel, man. If you're going to see the Cowboys make the Super Bowl, you better keep on jogging. You better keep in shape. You better stay away in alcohol because you're going to have a long... Yeah, exactly, darling. We had a suite at the Maverick Stadium, basically lived there. That's awesome, Rhonda. I used to love the Super Bowl commercials. Oh, you mean the Maverick Bar? Yeah, the Maverick Bar. That's Mike Fisher's bar. I was talking to Mike Fisher at the Commander game. He signed my book that I bought. I bought his book. Especially if you've never won one or if it's been 29 years. I agree. I'd love to see Super Bowl commercials, but now there are too many. Yeah. Brad, I used to love, I was just talking to a buddy, Stan stopped by, my buddy Stan, and my wife changes his Dexcom. It's for people who have diabetes. It's something you hook up to your basically your side. It sticks in you, and you have like a cell phone that reads all your numbers, and you can give yourself insulin through the cell phone. It has so my wife is a nurse, so she took care of it. But and we were talking about all the old Super Bowl commercials. We were talking about the Budweiser commercials, Spuds McKenzie, the lizards, the frogs. It's all the. It always look forward to the neat commercials. It's not that way anymore. Stan's doing good. He goes to his Vinny. He goes to his rehab up in, I want to say, Voorhees every day or every other day. Game time, I'll be upset with the opposition that would go viral for falling in the seats, ankles up. I don't have that great of a balance. You said ankles up. I didn't know what you were talking about, Rhonda. Hey now. Spuds was great, right, Philly D? Yeah, he was. I always like the frogs and the lizards, but why? But yeah, Stan's doing good. He's a little stubborn. Reeb at the halftime show. Is that what it is? Reeb and McIntyre? I think there's a bunch of people. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know. I know, Rhonda. Definitely a pause there. Disgruntled. I wish we had. Who's that? Oh, Jared Goff. Jared Goff's a good A QB. I was in a fantasy football league with Jared Goff's uncle. I smoked his ass. So, yeah, I don't want his. If you're watching, Mike, I don't want your son as my quarterback. He didn't do shit in fantasy. I'm joking. He was actually pretty good. No, Reba, it's Usher. Yeah. I think Reba might be in the pregame. Reba and somebody. Mark is taking care of his glizzy this week. It's probably looking more like the Rosie O'Donnell at this point. We'll leave it at that. So, yeah. So just looking at let me see. Let me update this. See if anything else is hot off the presses here. Let's see here. Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott has room for improvement. Okay. Let's read this. Yeah. Jones said at the Senior Bowl that there are a lot of positives with Prescott and the Cowboys offense, but also believes there are things Prescott needs to do better and will do better. Hey, Jerry, there are things you need to do better, and you better do them better. Like stay the frig out of the way. The big thing is, as we all know, is there's room for improvement. The thing that I would emphasize more than anything is that Dak has room for improvement and not just a scheme around him, but Dak can improve. Okay, we're on year number 8. Now, I will say that Romo would always try and pick one thing and get better at it every year, and he always did it. So, okay. Let's see. That's a big plus when you have him playing the game 7 years and you, by assessment, have some room to get better. He did this year. I expect him to do it next year and the next year. Well, there you go. That tells you. Hey, Dak. That chat stopped. What happened? What did I do? Dak going to Atlanta or CD is leaving relationship is broken. Yeah, maybe. Dak is hungry for a Super Bowl. The front office let him down. Tommy, he broke my heart. You broke my heart. Let's see here. Do you guys get these phone calls every day? It's all a bunch of crap. I'll get a lot of text messages basically saying, hi, I forgot, this is so-and-so. I forgot your name. Or you're in my contacts. Who is this? It's like, I'm getting this all the time. And I don't respond. I just block and delete. If Quinn gets the Commander's job, it's by default. Almost embarrassing to take that job now. Vinny, yeah, I know, man. I don't know. You didn't do anything. All right, Rhonda, I don't know. I don't want to offend you, Rhonda. Dak needs to improve, and I think he would. Yeah, I think he could always. I don't know what it is. No, Rhonda, I don't know. It's nobody that I know. It's like a weird number. So I don't know. It's weird. No fools, no fun, Rhonda. Spam, yeah, don't answer. Yeah, I think Tommy, it's something weird. It's car warranty, Philly D says. Spam, Matthew says. Yeah, I know. I get a lot of scammers. I did. Yo, what's up, Twiz? Is Sills done or what? I watch Sills too when I'm as much as I can. Disgruntled. You said something that didn't hammer Dak. I'm proud of you, buddy. I love the fact that we smoked the Eagles this year. They are so pathetic. Okay, I like it. I'm never offended. I'm a writer. Okay, Rhonda. Well, I will say one thing, Rhonda. Your voice is awesome. She's got that silky smooth voice. You should, like Rhonda, you're like that. You could do those sleep videos, where you're nice and soft and you could, I forget the app I used to have, but it would never work. But I take that voice. Nice and smooth. Twiz, no, he's back with tone. All to do is agree. It makes me sick. Yeah, I'm not a big tone guy. I'm not a big tone guy. And I don't dislike him. I think he's smart, but I'm not a big tone guy, I like Sills, but he can get under my skin. But he's great. Yeah, he. This is why I like him. I like him because he played the game, right? He played for Jimmy Johnson at the University of Miami. He had a cup of coffee or two in the NFL. He was on the Cowboys practice squad. He played with the Bucks, and I don't agree with him. See, I come from a point of view. I don't have to agree with you all the time. If I find you entertaining and you're respectful, that's all I really care about. So, I'll go on and send them super chat here and there. If I would love to hear her stories because I suffer from PTSD. Telling you, man, Ronda has a great voice. I think Dallas Cowboys are going to do some big things in free agency, and they got to do it open April where it's wrong and do the big. Yeah, Darlene, when the tampering period starts right after the season, we need to tamper our asses off. We need to tamper our asses off. That's how I want to be. I want to tamper. If you get a chance, watch that Jeff Kavanagh's video. He broke down a guy that I would really like to have, DJ Reader, a defensive lineman out of Cincinnati. He's a free agent. He's 30. It seemed like all the good free agent linemen this year, like the big boys, he's the best out of the bunch as far as he's coming off an injury, but it's not a knee injury. It was like a quad. He had like either hamstring or a quad tear. But, I mean, he's 338 pounds. He can get to the quarterback. He's 30. He won't be asking for the top of the market. He's the same age as Leonard Williams. But if you can give me DJ Reader or a Leonard Williams, you get that. Okay, you get a linebacker, if not two linebackers. One of them has to be a Pro Bowl or has been to a Pro Bowl or is really good. The other one, can be an average guy. That's fine. But we need, I think we need one defensive lineman and a couple linebackers in free agency. And I'm ready to go into the draft. If you don't get any of that, then it causes issues. I really want the center out of Oregon. I really want the center out of Oregon. So let me see if I could find some. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. Jake Powers Johnson. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to share the screen, and I want you to just watch a little bit of this guy. I'll be on here with you. I don't know if you can hear me, but we will go from there. Let's see here. Just watch the center. Just watch. This is him right here. He's like dominant. Number 58, just shedding people. It's a big boy. Watch. Boom, boom. Double there. Boom, boom. Just opening up shit. Open it up. That's what you want, man. You want a guy that can get downfield. Boom. Look at him. He's mauling the guy. That's what you want. Number 58. That's what Dallas is missing. We haven't had a guy like this since Travis Frederick. And that allows your quarterback to slip out. Look at him. He's all the way downfield. Look at him. I mean, he's just owning.
It said they actually put not medically necessary, probably because...
Look at him. He's a beast. That's what you want. He's going to go in the middle of the first round. I don't think he's going to drop to us. He only threw it to the other team 9 times. Half as less as your quarterback, Matthew. But I'll bump.
Sometimes it wants to click something that's other than what I want, and that's
So, yeah, there it is. I just wanted to show you guys some. I just wanted to show you some video of the guy that I want with the number 20. Well, you probably have to trade up a little bit to get him. Yeah, again, why are we shitting on Dak? Dak had 36 touchdowns and 9 interceptions and choked in the playoffs. If you want to talk about his choking in the playoffs, fine. But as far as, yeah, Zeke got blowed up at center. So anyway, we're not even going to go down there. Need them big guys. Transfers are important. Twiz, you of all people know. You had the best center in football for the last few years. Jason Kelce. I think you've had the best center in football, and you could argue that he was just as good as a Travis Frederick, but it seemed like Frederick always got the nod at Pro Bowl, except the one year he was hurt over Jason. But you see the difference. When you have a Jason Kelce, it's no joke. He's that good, and that totally helps out your offensive line. That's what we're missing, people. Trust me when I tell you, get us a good offensive line. Hey, Jeff Lee, how you feeling, buddy? I hope you got your blood pressure meds by now, buddy. And if you didn't, hit me up. Because you can't go without having your blood pressure meds. Trust me, I know. I don't even have that high of blood pressure, but because of the issues that I have, I got to take blood pressure meds. So... yeah, that's the thing. You saw in that picture. I want this center so bad. Look at the 3 teams that are in the championship game. 3 out of the 4 teams. 1, you had Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is just a different player, okay? He's just a different friggin' player. Mahomes is like a Brady. He makes everybody good around him. You don't have to have the best of talent. But the other 3... Baltimore Ravens, stud offensive line. All 3 of them have top 5 running games in the NFL. Detroit, Ragnow, stud, big-time stud. Offensive line is incredible with Penei Sewell. And then you had the 49ers, stud offensive line. So all 3 running games are in the top 5. 3 out of the 4 teams had top 5 running games. That's the key. Last year, Eagles were what? Awesome at running the football, whether it be quarterback, running back, offensive line was unbelievable. That's what we need to get back to. Offense and defensive line. And if we are serious about going all in, then we need to make actual moves in free agents. Restructure some deals, obviously, because we need to be below the cap before free agency starts, which is not a big deal. We need to do a lot as Cowboy fans, and me and Mark are not going to let this. We are going to be at it. I was surprised this morning that Mike Fisher went at Jerry Jones. I think Mike Fisher's starting to realize that his gig on YouTube is probably more. He's got. I think Mark just passed him in subs, but he's making money. When you get up to that range, you're making some decent money. So he's probably realizing, YouTube's paying the bills between that and his bar and being the Cowboys lackey, acting like he's some insider, which he's not. He's, he has obviously more advantages than we do because he's right there. But yes. Ronda, yes, we need the strong and healthy, bone-crushing, aggressive speed. Yes. Singing, but I never thought of music videos. Jason is very good at finally getting his recognition. He's got a few years left. Matthew, I think he's done, buddy. I think he's going to retire. If he comes back, it'll only be on a year-to-year basis. Which, for the Eagle, I actually like him, but he has his wife's pregnant. and his body isn't. It's easy for us to say as fans, "Oh, come on, play another year," dude. That's brutal. No. Ronda is Sports Illustrated entity. Now he says SI, but it has nothing to really do with Sports Illustrated. Sports Illustrated basically went out of business. But, yeah. Mike Fisher's bio was not a Cowboys fan. No, he's from Minnesota, I think. I like him, but I'm just here to tell you that, he's the type of guy and I've talked to him. He will have a subject matter, but he won't talk like 10 seconds for it. And I don't know. I'm not into the bell like Phil does the bell. Akami's Harbaugh, Ben Johnson, McDonald's, new ownership, but none wants to go there. Exactly. Assman, plus, when did they do the tush push? They said it hurt. Oh, yeah. He would say when he hiked the ball, Jason Kelsey would say, F my life. I mean, that's how bad it was. The butt plug play. Yes. Pause. Brian, Fish has nothing on you. I like Fish. It's just I wish he would. I remember when I was talking to him, I hadn't started my channel yet, and I asked him how come him and Mark don't do more together. It's a misnomer that YouTube, that let's say that there's somebody else out there. It helps both of us if we get together and do something. People are going to like you or they're not going to like you. If they're not going to like you, then they ain't going to watch you anyway. So it could only help. That's why I said the more the merrier. If, like, I have Sports Junkie, he told me he was going to call me, and I haven't heard from him. If anybody wants to check out his channel, he's killing it. My man's killing it. But he's going to start joining me, I think. I think that's why he wanted to call me. But if you check out Sports Junkie's channel, it's kind of interesting, and he gets a lot of views. So it's not like he's small potatoes. So, I think we're going to start doing something. So, I think we ban the quarterback sneak and just say you only have to do the tush push if you really want to be ridiculous. So, but anyway, I think that's going to be it for me today. What are we at? We're at an hour. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we're almost at an hour, right? I mean, it is what it is. I felt like I wanted to do my lunchtime chat, and I think we did it. Loyal was working. But yeah, Matthew, we'll definitely have to hang out at the draft. Anybody else that's going? I think Felix Rojas is going to be at the draft. I've had a few people say and hit me up. Yeah, we got 3 months, so it's not like it's next week. But I know we got our reservation. I do got to get the car locked down. So have a good day, everyone. Logan, I'll talk to you. Darlene, did you, Mark Holmes, watch special video that said Cowboys are going to win? The name of the cuz I'm trying. Yeah, Darlene, I did not. Thank you, Logan. I appreciate it, buddy. I try and keep it as, answer everybody's questions and try and stay away from all the BS. Jeff Lee, you have a good day, my buddy. Hit me up if you need anything. Rhonda, as always, take care of yourself. And I will see everybody later. I'm still working on my system. And you might see me do an impromptu live here or there at night. So, especially now with the season ending, I think that that's what we're going to do. I did tell Brad I need to come up with, I have an idea of a T-shirt design. I do have my lottery wheel. I have a bunch of tickets. I'm going to come up with a system where I can start giving away stuff. As soon as the season's over, we'll start doing that. But I I gotta get some t-shirts made up and some hats done. I will get to that, I promise. And it'll be fun. So with that, I'll talk to everybody later. I'll back to work tomorrow, so look out for my lunchtime chat. Peace out, everybody. Late.